What's good, guys? Welcome back to Solace. I hope my geekers have been eating, my tweakers have been drinking, and my goons have been meditating, because y'all need to meditate. Um, Welcome back to Solace. Today is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, but only because this one is just... There's only so much I really need to say about this. Eventually, like I keep bringing up for no reason because I'm not doing it anytime soon, but eventually I can't wait to come back and remake these videos in a way that I would really want to. Um, and this will be one of the ones that I do come back to just because it's shorter. But today is going to be about the safety of hatred. I just really want to get straight into this, honestly, because it's something that has really been turning up, especially recently. Now, especially with the internet, it's a lot easier to be hateful through anonymity. Anonymity. You understand what I'm saying? And so, because of that, you've seen the progressive dive into just pure degeneracy and negativity. Now, the main point I'm going to try to get across is that hatred is only safe because it allows you to avoid being vulnerable.
In this part specifically, I'm talking about the fact that hatred allows us to avoid being vulnerable. And in vulnerability, you admit your weakness, right? You admit to being human. And when we are engaging in hatred or any form of negativity along those lines, we are disengaging from the human experience in that way. Hopefully that makes sense.
And the thing with it is, not only is it safe because of that, but it's easier than to be, I don't know, not a dickhead. This is coming from a dickhead. I'm a dickhead. Not like to the degree of other dickheads, but I can be one. But I have a decent level of empathy. Like, would you believe it if I said I was an empath? I fucking hate that shit. But listen, we've really got to do better. I don't I don't know any other way to put it, because we've gotten to a point where, and I know this is like bouncing all over the place, but it's all in the same sphere. We've gotten to a place where people are getting shot over like fast food after like 2 sentence interactions. Just, that's not scary. It doesn't intimidate anybody that everybody's so ready to crash out now. We have so many crash outs. We have too many crash outs. We only need so many crash outs. But it's like this generation and Generation Alpha, oh my fucking goodness, they are cooked. But, we're going to try our best. It's become to a point where, like, being hateful is, like, funny. And that's not to say it wasn't always funny, like trolling. I don't think that's really hateful. That's more like just it's trolling. But when I say hateful, I mean just being complete. Let's go on Twitter, for example, or X, as it prefers to be called now. If you're on there, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't even need to say anything. They parade people's deaths. They fucking enjoy spreading live leak footage of somebody's like fucking family member, all the public shootings and all this shit, just all on public display, on public domain on Twitter, and it just sits there. But who am I? Like, it's fucking live leak, but but shit like that, and you have to think about it, these people aren't going outside, they're not touching grass, so they're sitting in their room rotting and consuming and putting out all of this negative shit. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm also saying, like, I'm an advocate for both sides of nature. I love my positivity as much as I love my negativity, just because they both come. It's a fucking double care package, okay? However, when all you're doing is consuming and spreading negativity and just being I'm trying not to say it. I'm trying not to say it. A waste of breath. I said it. Listen, that's what you're being. That's what you're doing. And it's not really, it's not doing anything for you. If anything, it's probably making you more and more depressed, putting you further and further down a fucking deep pit that you're going to be the only one that could even take you out of after a point in time. You know, people can come by, try to offer you a ladder to try to help you back up. You'll fucking kick it down because you're such a stubborn dickhead. Get a grip, brother, sister, thister. Listen, it's not one of those things that is even like it needs to be a part of your personality. It doesn't. Go smell a flower or something. Jesus Christ. And like I've really advocate this point specifically because there's just enough of it already everywhere. Like, so to hide yourself within hatred is just to let it consume you. Have you even tried being loved? Do you know what a hug feels like? Shit. Like, and it really further pushes people down to the point where like it becomes very difficult for them to even make like real human connections. Like I'm right now I'm specifically talking about like just chronically online like degenerates. Okay, that's mainly who this video is for. Chronically online degenerates and goblins, not trolls. Some trolls turn into goblins after time, but most trolls are just dickheads. When I say like spreading hatred, I mean just like arguing in comments all day about something you don't even really give a fuck about, but just because you can argue about it, you're arguing. That's not boring to you. That's not like what do you go cook a meal, bro? Yeah, it's shit like that that's just it's pushing us further down, and it's making it a lot harder because for as much good shit as there is in the world, there surely is as much bad. And when you're just perpetuating the same chronically online ideals to other people and spreading it, especially with the fucking youth now, like all of them have fucking computers and tablets and iPhone. They're bound to see it. They're bound to see it. And then their little brains, I don't even know what the fuck I was consuming when I was young, but I turned out the way I did. I can only imagine what the fuck having access to Twitter could do to anybody. It's at a young age. Oh no, they're cooked. They're cooked. They're cooked. They're cooked. And this is also part of the reason why we've all become so desensitized, is because it's constantly being pushed out. After a while, you're going to get used to it, whether you want to or not. So not only is it safer, not only is it easier, but I feel like it's a lot more comfortable for some people too. And this gets a little sad because now we're just talking about like the intricacies of life and how some people are pushed in some directions away from others, etc., etc. But you still have your own autonomous choice at the end of the day. You were given the ability to have free will. So even in the scenarios that we are provided through life, it gets fucking hard. It gets frustrating. It gets explosive. It does all of those things. You're still the one who decides what you want to do at the end of the day. So just try your best to make sure that thing isn't fucking up someone else's day at the bare minimum. Yeah, though, personally, like I said, I'm all for positive and negative energy. You need both, but can we at least try to balance out as much negative shit as we're pushing out with the positive? Like, go give a homeless person like $10 or something. Like, I don't know. Like, just figure something out. Y'all be blowing minds. But yeah, that's all I really had to say for today's video. It was just, this concept is really going to get pushed out more and more as this agenda continues to be pushed forward. So we just have to make sure we can take at least a little bit of conscious action and accountability in the things that we share and the things that we say. That's my whole point. Hopefully I got that point across properly today. I want to thank you again for watching, my geekers, my tweakers, and my goons. I love all of you. Share this with anyone you may feel needs to hear it, especially all the goblins. The goblins really need it. Specifically, probably the younger ones, because if you're over like 25 doing that shit, you're probably cooked. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're probably done. I don't have anything to say to you. But thank you again. Thank you again.